Hi guys, welcome back. It's Tracy with TR's Tarot Talk 1111. This is pile number 2. These readings, they're taken at least, 45 minutes to an hour, and I didn't know if my computer could hold all that data without cutting it off or whatever. So I've decided to break them into 3 separate videos. Now, what inspired me, since if you didn't pick pile number 1, maybe you can pick all 3 because I think I could probably get a message from all 3. But if you didn't watch pile number 1, I anointed a candle I carved in it lost love and forgiveness on it. And I lit it for these readings. What inspired this reading today was last night I had a dream. I had a dream about my person, right? The person that I believe to be my person, the love of my life. And it was a strange dream. It wasn't really like a dream. It was like memories. It was almost like watching a slideshow or home videos of some of the things that we've been through together over the years, and a lot of nostalgia. I woke up feeling kind of sad, nostalgic, blue, all of those memories. Um, and so I wanted to do a pick a pile reading where it was all channeled messages. Not so much tarot. I did put some tarot in here for future energies or future potential, but I wanted to channel messages for you guys. And so pile number 1's title was Childhood Sweetheart. And if you resonate with that, if that's who's on your heart and mind, go and watch pile number 1. I uploaded it separately. Right now, though, we're going to be doing pile number 2, which is long distance love. So let's just say that you met somebody, whether it was online or maybe you were out traveling on vacation and you came across each other on the plane or at the poolside or at the hotel, whatever. And you just sparked, right? Something just clicked. And it doesn't have to be old. It could have been somebody you met years ago. It could be somebody that you just recently met, or it could be somebody you haven't even met face to face, but you've been energetically very, very attracted to and building something, right? I do a lot of readings for people, and I hear a lot of stories about how people met their twin flames or their soulmates or maybe even karmics. We don't really know until we get to the other side of that river, right? But it seems to me like I hear a repeating story about people that come together and it's so beautiful and wonderful and magnetic and perfect in every way. And then all of a sudden it just kind of gets staticky, right? And so my guess is, being an energy reader, that somehow, some way we get triggered into our fear body, childhood traumas or karmic tethers or past life memories or whatever. And sometimes something that's so beautiful can be really, really scary. And so we end up separating somehow, some way. And so that's what these messages are kind of dedicated to, are those of you who are in love with somebody that you're not close to in proximity at this time. All right, so get yourself a cup of tea, glass of wine, cup of coffee, whatever your thing is, and come on back and join me. I am implementing charms for the first time ever. I've actually been working on this for almost a year, guys, literally. I wanted to implement charms, but I wasn't ready. I just wasn't. And so I created these little boxes. I've been ordering charms online. I've been collecting little trinkets and doodads and nature, and so we're gonna give it a shot, right? And we are using this beautiful, I think it's chrysocolla. I'm not really not sure, to be honest. Puff heart that was donated by Elizabeth, and we've decided to use it today with this beautiful box. So let's just crack into your reading, shall we? I do have some love oracles and some tarot for at the end of the reading, but I want to do, I'm using this psychic oracle deck, and I wish I knew the name, guys, but I don't. It was a gift, and I don't have the box for it anymore, or if I do, it's packed away somewhere. And so I don't know who created it. If you do, please link it, okay, so other people will know. So I drew one of these, and for each pile, and it's psychic, right? You just tap into the energy. There's no words, there's no preconceived notion. It's just artwork. And so I just want to take a moment to kind of sit in the energy and see what I see. Wow. So whether this is you or your person, I kind of get the feeling that meeting each other was a catalyst for your awakening. I mean, look at this blossoming flower right there over your third eye. And there's another flower in the mouth that is not bloomed. What I'm getting from that is that there's some feelings, emotions that may not be fully developed yet between the two of you. And there are definitely some words that are unspoken. It's like you're in the honeymoon phase, right? It's like I'm noticing that flower right underneath their nose. It's like nothing but sweetness is coming out of that mouth at the moment. You can smell it, you can taste it, you can feel it, and it's awakening something within you. If you're in separation, and I did kind of set my intentions that this is for people in separation, there's a very psychic connection, a very telepathic connection between you and your person. And I have a feeling that you are on each other's minds a lot. But there's some words that have been said that possibly weren't completely honest. It's like, you know, how when you first meet somebody, you say all the right things, you do all the right things, you want to put your best foot forward, right? There is potential here for better communication, for more authentic, real communication. This definitely feels like the two of you have come to some kind of an awakening because of meeting. This could be a catalyst for your ascension, and vice versa. It could be twin flame. We're going to take a look at the channeled messages. Now, the way I did this is I channeled 3 different messages. Guys, took me all day. I could have sat here and channeled probably 50 more. I was so in the Akash. I was picking up on so many different people's stories. But I just, you know, I'm a single mom. My kid's out playing. He's liable to come busting through at any minute. So I really couldn't channel as many as I wanted to, but I'm going to keep these cards, and I'm going to do this again in the future. And every time I channel a message, I'm going to put them in a little box until I have a full deck. And then I might just use that deck somehow, some way in the future. I don't believe that these are things I want to get rid of. I think that they came from the Akashic and they are truly somebody's thoughts, feelings, and emotions, not just made up by my fancifulness, right? So I'm going to read the channeled messages, and I want you to only take what resonates because they are very different, and yet somehow they have some similarities. So just pick which story resonates most with you. Same with the cards that come out. They're not all going to apply to the one storyline. There's 3 storylines here. So we're just going to roll with it. Okay. So the first channeled message is, I can't believe how we met. Who would have thought that 2 people who are so very different would somehow just serendipitously meet? There's such a vast difference between us. We're like polar opposites. You're so smart and really seem to have your life much more together than I do. And yet, you make me feel so special, and you see things in me that I can't, quite frankly. That really scares me. But if when we meet, so for this group you haven't met yet, what if when we meet, you realize I'm not nearly as good as you think I am? No one in my life has ever listened or seen through my walls or exterior masks. It makes me feel vulnerable. And I feel so much love and attraction to you, almost like a magnet. I think of you all the time. I just don't know what to say, and I'm not sure yet if I'm ready. So that is story number 1. You are definitely on their mind, and they don't know what to say. And storyline number 2 is, when I joined this forum, I just was so lonely, ready to meet anyone really. So just someone to talk to be close to. It's much easier to have an online love affair. It allows me to only be who I want to be, without all of the drama of reality. I just wanted to have some fun. I never thought for a minute that I would find someone like you. I told you so many tales. I made up cool stories to make me so much more interesting than I truly am. It was just meant to be like fantasy or role playing. But now it seems so complicated. I've truly fallen in love with you. And you say you love me too. But the person you're in love with doesn't exist. I made him up. I plan on telling you the truth someday, but I don't know how right now. Please be patient. What if you don't like me? Yeah, and I just want you guys to know I channeled the messages first, and then I drew cards. So I had no idea what card you were going to get with which messages. So this definitely plays into that. I told you it's like sweetness, sweet talk, silver-tongued, right? That person made up a lot of stories because they didn't think that you would ever mean anything truly. And it was just role-playing, fantasy, right? So now they're caught up in the web of their own deceit. And this is causing an awakening for them too. So if this storyline resonates with you, be prepared. If you ever meet your person, they may be totally different than what they told you they were. And the person you fell in love with may not be the person they truly are. But being an intuitive, one thing I know is that people can say and pretend to be anything, but I tend to really feel their soul. So if you're intuitive in any way, it may not even be what they say or what they've told you that you fell in love with. It could just be their energy. So keep an open mind. You never know, right? Let's see what the rest of the cards say. I spilled wax all over my computer, all over my table. I'm going to have to scrape it all off. All right, so pile number 3, or not pile, but scenario number 3. I have, okay, so it happened. Against all odds, time and space. I never, ever have felt for anyone the way I feel for you. It has completely turned my entire life upside down. Now I must move literal mountains for us to be together. I must find a way to end and complete so many cycles, so many relationships, friendships, my job, my home, my family, just to be where you are, or you would need to do that for me. I'm trying to sort all this out. I need time, time to be sure, time to make plans, time to explain. I'm so afraid when we meet in person, it might change between us. What if we made all those sacrifices for nothing? What if we fail? Please try to understand. I just needed a little time to think things through, but I am taking all things into consideration, and I will let you know my decision. Okay. If that one resonates. All right, so next I'm going to do the tarot. Let me take a look at what came out. Now, I set my intentions when I drew the tarot for future potential. Like, where is this going? What's the future potential of these stories? So we have I'm going to do clarifiers. But what I'm seeing here, I have a feeling, just a feeling, for some of you that this is reciprocal. You might actually have just as many fears and reservations around having this love affair, this relationship, long-term or long distance relationship. I would be willing to bet that all of the fears that this person has, you probably have them deep down inside too. Because I've got masculine and feminine energy here. I've got the Queen of Pentacles. You could be an earth sign, right? Taurus, Capricorn, Virgo. Or if you're the masculine, you could be an air sign, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. But really, signs don't really matter. It's just energy, right? But you feel stable and secure. And if this is, let's just play role playing here. So if you're the masculine in this situation, you're trying to be logical. You're trying to take a look at things from a realistic standpoint, right? You could be very caught up in your thinking. What's going to happen? Is this even doable? Do they feel the same way? And the masculine could be thinking about the feminine as she's got such good energy. She's got her shit together, right? She's so loving and nurturing and stable and safe feeling, secure. She grounds me. And she's thriving. Ambition, you know? Maybe he's got a good job, succeeding in life. And if you're the feminine in this situation, you might be thinking about your masculine, wondering, why do they have to think so much? Why can't they just take that leap of faith, right? I also feel like the feminine is thinking about practicalities. Maybe he's right. maybe this isn't practical. Maybe, just maybe, we need to think about this. Maybe we need to take our emotions out of this and be more logical and grounded. Because right smack dab in the middle of the masculine and feminine energies, we have the Seven of Cups. This is confusion, delusion. It's called delusion. Somebody's thinking, I'm crazy to think this could ever work. I must be delusional to ever think that we could have a chance. What was I thinking? And then also, there's some fears in some of those cups. The what ifs. It seems almost like a fantasy, right? As long as we're not together in the physical, somehow it doesn't feel real. It feels like a fantasy. And I have a sneaking suspicion that sometimes the two of you are much more authentic in your exchanges than you thought you'd be. Yeah, there might be some lies, there might be some weaving of stories, some fantastical communications about being a little bit brighter, a little bit more interesting than you truly are. But I'd be willing to bet that you actually have opened up and said some things that you probably would never have said to anybody else. It's sometimes easier to be vulnerable when that person's not sitting right there looking you dead in the eye. So I'm going to get some clarifiers because I did for pile number 1. Let's take a look at what the potentials are for the future. Spirit, what are the potentials of the future for pile number 2? What are the potentials? Ooh. Ooh. I want to put that there. So, whoa. So future potential here, I've got the Ace of Wands, spark. There's definitely chemistry between you. But for some of you, now don't remember, this is several different stories here, so only take what applies to you. But the Queen of Pentacles sometimes can be a married woman. Just sometimes. And we do have these two cards. The Hierophant with the Ten of Cups. And the Two of Swords. So for some of you, only take it if it resonates, but your person could be possibly married or in another committed relationship. But that's not the only story I'm seeing here. I'm seeing bottom of the deck is the Page of Cups with the Wheel of Fortune. We have the Nine of Wands, right? Trials and tribulations. This is what's holding your person back. Whoever has put the holds on, whoever said, ooh, I need space. They're going through some really tough times, but they haven't given up. The Nine of Wands is my wounded warrior that just doesn't give up. It's like a dog with a bone. Yes, it's difficult. Yes, it's hard, but I believe I can do it. I'm not giving up just yet. but there's a definite choice or decision that needs to be made. Choices, decisions that need to be made. And the masculine is really, really trying to be logical. My guess is it might be the masculine whose energy is the Two of Swords with the Nine of Wands. I'm kind of feeling for some of you, the feminine might be the one that's married, but you can roll reverse. Absolutely. Now, the other storyline that I'm getting here is, I told you that you guys could be catalysts for each other's awakening, right? Third eye. Spark. And I'm hearing an old campfire song we used to sing at church camp. It only takes a spark to get a fire going, and soon all those around can warm up in its glowing. So for some of you, the other storyline, if there's no marriage or committed relationship here, what I'm hearing is spiritual advisement along with that Wheel of Fortune. You were destined to meet because Spirit brought you together. And this could possibly be your person. So what is the possible outcome? We looked at the potential. Let's take a look at possible outcomes. I'm going to draw 3 cards. We're going to see if any of them resonate. 3 cards for potential outcome. There's outcome number 1. Can I get 1 card for outcome number 2, please? Just 1 card for outcome number 2, please. Outcome number 2. Oh, we got 2. And outcome number 3, potential outcome for storyline number 3, please. I want 1 more for that. Oh, shoot. We got a whole bunch. But that's okay. I'm going to take them. So I want a couple more for outcome number 1 since everybody else got a couple. Please, Spirit, on the 8 of Wands, what is the potential outcome for storyline number 1? Thank you. All right. So storyline number 1, take them however they resonate, okay? We have future outcome potential as the 8 of Wands, energy surge. And look, you did have that Ace of Wands, right? Energy surge and communication. Your person, if this resonates with you, is going to contact you because they really do want to give and receive equally. They want you to love them. They want to love you. They want things to work out. They want to even things out, bring balance into the situation. You're going to have to choose which scenario is yours because I'm not. Use your intuition. So scenario number 2, we've got the 5 of Wands, conflict and competition, and the High Priestess, which is hidden knowledge. I do believe that somebody in this viewer circle or their person could be married. And we've got cups, cups, cups with that scenario. So it could be a Pisces or a Cancer. We've also got a lot of fire. Take that as it resonates. But this person knows something. And it's causing a lot of conflict inside of them. So I don't see an outcome with this one, other than Spirit is working with them on how to work it out. The 10 of Cups is on the table, along with the choice card, the 2 of Swords, and the 9 of Wands. So for this scenario, I would say it's to be determined, to be continued, right? There's a lot of inner conflict and maybe even competition, external competition. This person needs to follow their intuition. They need to listen to their spiritual advisement, their spirit guides, in order to make this choice. So that scenario doesn't seem to have a definitive outcome yet. And then scenario number 3, I like this one. We have Knight of Pentacles, steady progress. So this scenario is going to take a hot minute. However, slow and steady wins the race. This person knows that you are their soulmate and they miss you, right? They miss you. You are their star. Everything. And universal alignment too. What are they aligning to? 10 of Pentacles. The ultimate achievement. So scenario number 3, and you can take it with any one of the messages. I'm sure that if you're this far into the reading, you've already resonated with one of the Akash stories. And so you're going to have to decide who you are in this storyline. But option outcome number 3 is slow and steady progress toward a really beautiful soulmate that has so much love, so much potential, and it's very healing in nature. And it's going to be grounded into the physical, 10 of Pentacles, right? Slow and steady progress. The Knight of Pentacles carries the Ace of Pentacles, which is the seed for the 10 of Pentacles. And so for some of you, this is definitely going to ground in the future. But there are some fears and trials and tribulations that need to be overcome in order to get there. And we did have that Wheel of Fortune now, didn't we? So only take what resonates, guys, please, because they are channeled messages. And now I'm going to get into your romance angel cards and your love messages and songs, lyrics, right? Now, remember, I drew a lot of cards because I don't know who's gonna resonate with what. Only take what feels right. Your guides will guide you exactly to the energies that are meant for you. Just trust. So we have romantic feelings. Your feelings are real and worth exploring. And it's funny because I just took a sneak peek here. All of these energies is new. So let's just start with the attraction. The two of you met very strangely, probably online or on vacation or some serendipitously way. And it was destined. It was a destined meeting, right? You are catalysts for each other's future growth, spiritual growth, third eye awakening, whatever. But the attraction was so magnetic. It says you attract romantic love by enjoying this moment fully. So you attracted one another, and there was so much chemistry, right? It says there's a strong magnetic attraction here. And then we have new love. A new person has stirred your romantic feelings. And last but not least, we have romantic feelings. Look at, a new person has stirred your romantic feelings. And now you have romantic feelings. It says your feelings are real and worth exploring. So my guess is that Spirit brought the two of you together for a purpose. And, sometimes those destined meetings, they don't always last forever, but they change us. And usually for the better. They show us things about ourselves. They teach us things about ourselves. And sometimes those lessons can be painful, But other times they just really, really, really expand our awareness. And it's like this face is a seed, right? Just getting like in an egg, giving birth to something totally new here. So take what resonates. I'm going to now do your messages from your person. And not all of them will apply to you. Take the ones that resonate. I'm going to say that a billion times, okay? Because this is what I like to call a creative channeled message. It's not going to be for everybody, and every message isn't going to fit. But some are going to fit like a glove, and those are the ones you're going to know are yours. So we have, I never wanted any more children. Ooh. So if that resonates, sometimes when we meet somebody new, I'm a single mom. I've got an 11-year-old child. Guys have hit on me. They've come up to me in public and said, hey, you're kind of cute. Can I get your number? You know, it's kind of corny. I'm kind of old for that, but it does happen. I even had it happen in a bar once. Some young kid, he was like in his early 20s. And now, mind you, I'm 54 years old, right? This kid comes up, and it's in my hometown in a home bar that I used to hang out all the time when I was a kid. Hadn't been there in years. And he comes up, he's got a buzz, and he's like, hey, baby, you know. And I looked at him and I said, who's your daddy? I think I know him. And the truth was, he did look like somebody I once knew, and that kind of freaked me out, right? So your person may not have expected to meet somebody that is a single parent, and maybe it freaks them out a little bit. They're like, oh my God, I never wanted any more children. Can I do this? Right? Next, we both need to do more healing before we can even consider this. That's that logic, that reason. That's that King of Swords energy, right? Also, the Queen of Pentacles, because she's pretty grounded. But some self-awareness is definitely playing out in this scenario. Next, we have Nike alert, runner, intense fear. And then I put the check mark. It's just do it. Just do it. That's spirit saying, just do it. Your person or you, somebody got scared, did a little running, took a little pause, disappeared. We have my intuition is guiding my actions, and we did see that high priestess energy and the Hierophant too. My intuition is guiding me. We have, do you miss me as much as I miss you? Then we have, ooh, I'm coming soon. That's nice. And you did have that 8 of Wands, didn't you? Was it you that had the 8 of Wands? I already put them back. I don't remember. No, Ace of Wands. I'm coming soon. New beginnings. All right. So, and here is your love songs. This one didn't take quite as long to channel as the last one, but sometimes you got what it takes. Oh, I'm not even done. No, I forgot. I got lots of stuff to intuit yet. So here are your love songs. Only take what resonates. I'll sing the ones I know, and the ones I don't, I'll spare you. We have, let's start off with, wow, you guys must be younger. So let's start with the 80s. We have Don't Know What You've Got Till It's Gone by Cinderella. Ooh, hairband. I'm not singing this one, guys. So the lyrics are, if we take some time to think it over, baby, take some time, let me know if you really want to go. Don't know what you've got till it's gone. Don't know what I did that was so wrong. Now I know what I've got. It's just this song. And it ain't easy to get back. It takes so long. Cinderella. So your person's missing you, or you're missing them, right? If we take some time to think it over. Let me know if you really want to go. Don't know what you've got till it's gone. All right, and so we went from the 80s. Let's do 90s now. We have, ooh, I like this one. But I would walk 500 miles and I would walk 500 more just to be the man who walked 1,000 miles to fall down at your door. I don't know the tune. But everybody knows 500 miles. I'm going to be 500 miles by the Proclaimers. So your person or you, take it as it resonates, is like, I'm going to get there somehow, some way. Now I'm hearing another song. I don't care how you get there, just get here if you can. Trying to think of what that song is. Oh, well, if you know it, link it, okay? Next we went from 90s. Let's do another 90s, I guess. You got 90s, 80s, 90s, and 2000s. So we have Bonnie Raitt. People are talking about people. I hear them whisper, you won't believe it. They think we're lovers. I can't sing today. Kept undercover. I just ignore it. But they keep saying we laugh just a little too loud. We stand just a little too close. We stare just a little too long. Maybe they're seeing something we don't, darling. Let's give them something to talk about. A little mystery to figure out. Guys, really, honestly, I do sing halfway decent most times, but no, not when I'm just pulling it out of the air. All right, so we have our 2000 songs is Green Day, Boulevard of Broken Dreams. I'm not singing these ones. I'm not a 2000s person. Ooh, that's a good one, though. So we have Green Day, Boulevard of Broken Dreams. I walk this empty street on the Boulevard of Broken Dreams, where the city sleeps and I'm the only one, and I walk alone. I walk alone and I walk alone. Your person's missing you, or you're missing them. And it's funny, I'm getting this feeling of like this could be somebody you met on vacation, right? Maybe they live there and you don't. And you just came to their spot. Now they're walking those streets and they're thinking about, I wish she was here. Or I wish he was here. Next, we've got Believer by Imagine Dragons. This one's a rock song. Pain. You made me a believer. Believer. Pain. You break me down, you build me up, believer. Believer. Pain. All right, so pain's making them a believer. You break me down, you build me up, believer. Pain. So they miss you. It makes them sad. Breaks their heart. All right, I'm getting the hiccups, so that pain one really kind of resonated with somebody. So let's move on now to the little trinkets or charm portion of the reading. Guys, I've never done this before. No judging, okay? I've seen other readers do it. I'm a 5D reader. I don't, dabble so much in the creative stuff, but I really enjoy it. So let's just see what comes out. If you picked pile number 2, this beautiful blue, I'm just not even going to tell you what it is because I'm not 100% sure. It could be Amazonite, can be chrysocolla. Sometimes they all look the same to me, especially when they're polished, right? And this box, we're going to dump out your little trinkets and I'm going to bring you down to your reading. I should have done that for the whole reading, guys, instead of making you look at my face. So let's just dump it out and see what we've got here. So your initials are A, Z, that's a strange one, N, E. I'm hearing Arizona. You might have met this person in Arizona for some of you. We have an O and an I. So take those as they resonate. They could be initials, right? This person could be saying you put them in the zone. We did have the Ace of Wands, right? Just play around with them. See if anything works for you. So we have this safety pin. Somebody's scared. Somebody's taking the safe route. It's like, I'm afraid to attach myself. Or it could even be vice versa. Codependence. I want to attach myself to feel safe. It's going to be different for each of you. Some of you could be feeling codependent, like you're pinned together, right? Your safety zone, safety pin, and zone. And then this is interesting. Jesse put this in here, not in the box, but in my bag of trinkets. I'm going to call it trinkets because it's not all charms. So somebody's very defensive, guarded, protective, right? It's like, I'm prepared for battle. And you did have that competition, right? There might be somebody else battling for your person. Or there could be some jealousy, some competition, right? This is definitely guarded, prepared, fighting mode. We're going to stand that sucker up right there. All right. Oh, and look, you guys got some zodiac signs to work with. We've got Scorpio. Could be sun, moon, rising, Venus. And we have Aquarius. Now, Aquarius came up with the King of Swords. Take those if they resonate. Next, we have the Fleur de Lis. Now, for me, that's ancestral. That's like, somebody who has belief systems that go very deep. Familial. Not familiar, familial. Family, bloodlines, ancestral patterning, right? Belief systems. But I'm noticing the diamond right in the center, like right in the middle of their heart. Yeah, somebody's really thinking that their heart has never felt so sparked by anybody before. Now we've got this triangle. Now the triangle for me is like the triquetra, right? It's the Father, Son, Holy Ghost, Mother, Maiden, Crone, body, mind, spirit. This is a very spiritual connection. I felt that with the psychic oracle, right? That somehow, some way, and with the Wheel of Fortune, you guys were destined to come together. This is, I'm just hearing very spiritual. And I'm also thinking of it like a pendulum, right? Hang it from a string. It just feels destined. You guys feel destined. Or at least the meeting was meant to be destined. I kind of feel like everybody that comes into our life is there for some kind of a destiny, right? All right, next we've got the seahorse. Now, seahorses, I didn't know much about seahorses. So when I got these charms, I did a little research. Seahorses they carry the child, the baby, in their pouch. Unlike humans, where the mother carries the baby. So in this situation, it could very well be, and it's Scorpio too, water sign, right? It could very well be that it's the masculine that has children. Because we did have that card. I wasn't expecting to have more children, or I never wanted to have more children. There could be some kind of a connection for the sea with you guys. Maybe you met near the sea. Take it as it resonates. Next, we have retired, young at heart, slightly older in other places. So if you guys are up there in your years a little bit, this could be one of the fears too. Sometimes I'm getting a message. Sometimes people, when they meet in dating sites or forums of some sort, sometimes they lie about their age and they say that, oh, I'm 56. And really they're like 62 or 3, right? And they could be a war veteran. But take this as it resonates, retired. Young at heart, slightly older in other places. This could be a fear too. It could be a masculine fear of, I know this for a fact because I had an encounter not too long ago with a guy I went out on a date with. And, we became friends. We didn't really do the date thing for too long, but we became friends. And he expressed, it's difficult when you're older, an older male especially, and you want to date. Sometimes things don't really work the way they used to, right? And sometimes they work better than they ever have. And it's just kind of a touch and go situation. You never know what you're going to get. And so, for some of you, that might resonate. Retired, young at heart, but slightly older in other places. It's like they're worried, that the other places that are older might somehow have an effect on the situation. And last but not least, we have high maintenance. Now, that doesn't need any explanation. That means that one or both of you are a little bit codependent. I'm hearing somebody that'll resonate with somebody, codependence, right? I'm stuck on you. So take these as they resonate, guys. We've got one. I am hearing Arizona too. I mean, we almost have all the letters for that. We're missing the I and another A. No, we're missing the R, I mean. Arizona. So if that resonates, take it. And I'm going to leave it at that, guys. I love you. I hope you enjoyed this. Let me know. I mean, look, we're 54 minutes into it. And I truly enjoyed this. I took a long time to prepare this reading for you. And I hope that you got something from it. And if you didn't, let me know, because I'm not going to put that much time into readings in the future if you didn't. All right. I love you. Namaste. If you'd like to book your own personal reading, if this kind of thing really gets you going, it's like being a little kid playing make-believe or whatever, right? If you really enjoy all the whimsical stuff, let me know. Book a reading and we can do something like this just to see what comes out. Or maybe you'll have a certain person on your mind and you would like to do a channeled message from them and see, instead of a tarot reading. Tarot's nice. And, but tarot reads energies and energies change. When I tap into the Akash, that's a little different, right? So you could even do this kind of a reading as a mediumship reading. And it might cost you, a little bit more because there's a lot of time and energy that goes into it. But if you're willing, I'm willing. You just let me know what it's worth to you, and I'll let you know if it's worth it to me. And maybe we could do a mediumship reading. You miss your mom or your dad, or you'd like some closure, or, just let me know. Let's be creative. All right. I love you. Namaste.